is up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is James, your favorite neckbeard, and today we are going to be talking about web development, of course. Today we are going to build my new website. So I paid a guy on Fiverr like $300 to design a website for me. I've never done that before. I've paid folks on Fiverr, $50 here, $40 there for random crap like a YouTube thumbnail or something. I've never paid for a full website design. And so that was a new experience. And I've honestly, for $300, I think it's pretty good. Would it be better had I hired somebody, else? Yeah, probably. But is it better than anything I would have come up with? Yes, I'm not a designer. And I'm also going to be building this website based off of a Figma file, which you may be surprised to learn that I've never done that either. I typically get a PDF. The designer that I work with, the last time we collaborated on a project, he actually built it in Bootstrap Studio. And then I just built a custom theme and basically just copy and pasted the code from Bootstrap Studio because it exports the code. And it's decent code. I mean, as far as, Bootstrap, Tailwind type code can be. But yeah, I've never been given a Figma file and then built a website off of that. It's usually just looking at a PDF, which is a pain if you've ever had to do that. So this will be a new experience in a couple different ways for me. I will be using Etch, of course. I'll be using Automatic CSS. Etch is definitely not a new experience for me. Automatic CSS, still kind of new. I'm still figuring that out. But I think I got most of the basics of it figured out. The stuff that really just speeds up your workflow, auto grid, things like that. I recently recorded a video about content grid. That's very helpful. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using that on this project. So let's go ahead and take a look at the design that I got for $300-ish on Fiverr. There you go. And this isn't actually, I've tweaked this a little bit. He had a lot going on up here, basically. A lot going on. Just too much stuff, just random little things here and there. I can probably actually show you the original. So you can kind of see like what I'm thinking, when I look at a design, what do I like? What do I not like? And we'll see if you guys agree with me on this. So okay, please find the feedback. Yeah, can I view this bad boy? Yeah, okay. So here is the original that he sent me. I basically just removed this, I removed this, I removed this. And I think I moved this up a little bit, and I moved this up a little bit. Okay. I think that looks cleaner. This is what the hero section will look like, allegedly, when it's an actual website. So my full name is up here. Before it was kind of cut off, so I moved this up a little bit so that it will be, above the fold. Move this up a little bit. I'm still not... I actually removed this too for a second, but then I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's just a lot of white space over here, I mean, is that like... There should be something, right? Not just my name, right? Something that says who I am. If I could sum up what I want people to know about me when they come to this website, I could sum that up in like a sentence So I think that's why I put this back. I hid it at first and then I put it back. I may tweak that copy. Most of this copy came from AI. So I probably need to tweak all of it. I'm not sure I like creative developer. I don't even remember if that was AI or if the Fiverr guy put that there, but anywho, I like this kind of menu thing going on up here. I think that's kind of neat. Having a little, it's like a big old long pill. I think that looks okay. I like these little social icons. I don't know what any of them are. I know that's Twitter and GitHub. I don't know what those are. Is that CodePen? No clue what that is. No clue what that is. But I'll make them, I'll probably link to my Twitter, my GitHub, maybe my YouTube channel. What else could I link to? I don't even know. I'll find something. I think 3 is probably enough. I like the look of there being 5 things there. I'm sure I can find something to link to. But yeah, so we're going to, I think for this video, probably just do the hero section here. I'm not crazy about, it actually looks better than I thought it did. But looking at it kind of zoomed out, I don't like it. It just seems awkward. This starts on the content width. It doesn't go all the way. So there's kind of this, and then this starts at the content width and goes all the way. And there's a bunch of space here. Not very much space here. Maybe we just bump that up a little bit. What's that look like? Yeah. The other thing is I did not pay for the mobile design. So I'm going to have to look at that responsiveness. This looks like it was built in Elementor. I'm going to have to make some decisions on my own about mobile, which shouldn't be too hard. That's why I didn't pay for it. I figured I can handle that. But yeah, looking at this zoomed in, I'm not hating it. Is this too much text to center? Would this look bad centered? I've never used Figma before, you guys. Okay, so I have the text selected. I can't center it. I can't do anything apparently to it. Hello? I can change the font family. That's weird. It still says Gotham, but this font is clearly different. Maybe I should actually install Figma. There is a Figma like app, right? For Windows. I guess I have to scroll down and find the Gotham font again. Gluten. There's a gluten font. That does look like what I imagine gluten would look like. Oh, cool. So Gotham font's not in here. All right. So can we just Control Z our way back to, there we go. Interesting. I wonder if that's why I couldn't do anything with it, because I don't have the right font. Yeah, missing font. All right. I actually downloaded that font. Downloaded it. So let's, yeah, let's start building. So we got some colors. All right. This is what I'm excited. I'm excited about building a website with the Figma file and not having to guess colors, fonts, and spacing. I might have to guess spacing, but I'm probably going to use just auto spacing and grid spacing and whatnot from ACSS. So I don't think that'll be a problem either. So what's my primary color? We're going to call this blue our primary color. Bluish purple, whatever that is. He called it purple. How do I get the color? Okay. You guys don't even know what I'm talking about because you can't see my screen. Let's see. Purple. Let's do that for the primary. This is not a valid hex color. It's because you need that. Bro. Kevin, come on, bro. Okay. Got my primary in there. What even is my secondary? He's got this green color in here in the palette, but I don't see this green color being used anywhere. So cool. This is just white. This is some kind of gradient. Looks like it's white to that color. So that's cool. See, this is what I was excited about. Like, I don't have to guess this stuff. And the designer doesn't have to like create, because the good designers, even if they're going to give you PDF, they'll give you like a page with all this information on it. But I don't need that. I just click on it and I can see it. So this is what I think most developers do these days. They get a Figma from their designer and they build this way. I've been missing out. Not anymore. All right, black. Is this just black? No, it's almost black. So I think in ACSS, we would call this, didn't they have like, base ultra dark, but how do I set that? How do I choose what base ultra dark is? Because it's not in the palette. Oh wait, base. Dirt. Okay, let's put it there. That's my base. And then I guess I'll put it in there. Because maybe he decided this is a good color that would go well with this stuff. So maybe if I ever want some sort of secondary or accent color, I don't know. Let's make that accent instead. And then we don't even need secondary and neutral. We're just using white. I don't think I even need a neutral because we already have, there's a variable, I think it's just white, dash white. Actually, maybe we'll make the neutral the color that gradient goes to. It goes from white to 5656. Let's do that for our neutral. Yeah. So that's cool because if you're not familiar with ACSS, not only do I now have, this palette of colors to work with, I actually have like dozens of colors to work with. Because if I click on this, I have all these options, medium. And I don't know why they're not updating. Maybe if I save and refresh. Received an error. Did I get myself logged out? Oh. That's so weird. Usually, yeah, this is what I'm expecting to see. I don't know why these colors are not basing themselves on this color. That's weird. But this is what I was expecting to see. So we have, accent. That's a variable that we can use anywhere. But we also have semi-dark. So accent dash semi-dark, accent dash dark, accent dash ultra dark. And then we have accent dash semi-light, light, ultralight. And we have that for all of these. So primary, same thing. So if we need, maybe for like a button hover, we need a button to be like just the same color, but like slightly darker, slightly lighter. We already have variables for that. Primary, if I want to go a little bit lighter, primary semi-light. Go a little bit darker, semi-dark, right? So that's just cool. Part of automatic CSS is all of these variables that we have already made for us. We don't have to go in and create those. We just update our palette and we're good to go. I want to make sure this is actually working. This is bothering me that these colors aren't updating themselves. Looks like these are. All of these are, but primary isn't for some reason. Whatever. Why don't we just test it? Let's drop some text. Dot primary. I don't think that's actually a thing, but we'll just say color dot dash primary. There you go, primary. And then let's say ultra light, and you can barely see it. Semi light. That really doesn't seem like it's a light version of this blue color. That's bothering me. That's a bug. That's a bug, or I did something dumb. Typography, maybe it's this. Oh yeah, default heading color, default font family, text, default color. These settings are left over from a previous project I did on this website. So you can see the blue dot means that value has been changed. So let's, maybe that will. Let's go back. Palette, primary. It's still. Maybe it's not a bug. Maybe it's just such a light gray that it looks like it's not working. Card selectors, I might keep that in here. I mean, I'll get rid of this stuff, but save that. That's a handy little thing that we may look at. I don't know if I even have any cards on this website. Why is that background still red? That's a question. Yep. That's just a plugin I was playing with earlier. All right, let's see what color this text is, eh? It's color primary semi-light. Yeah, that is not working. That is not working, and I am annoyed by it. It's probably setting it to just a different color. Yeah, see? Okay. So let's try this again. Let's put our color in there. Six five six 5 FF. It's not working, man. That is weird. Medium? No. Should be over here. It's not even doing hex colors anymore. Weird. All right. I think we're close enough, though, to this purple. What do you guys think? There's no chat. Pretending there's a chat, and you guys are saying, yeah, those two purples look close enough for government work. So move on with your life. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, save. Let's actually start building something. So what do we got? We got... Okay, do we make this a background? This will be position fixed, so it's just always there as you scroll through the website. It'll just be stuck there. So we can go ahead and include that. Maybe we'll do that last, though. We got some text and some text. And it's all Gotham. He used the same font for everything. Which means I am going to have to import those fonts. Let's see, what are we starting with? We are starting with me losing my Figma. Gotham medium. And then this is Gotham black. All right, so we will make sure we pull in Gotham Black. If I haven't already, looks like I did already. And then did I bring in medium? I don't think so because that's way down here. So we'll drag that over. Okay. So I should have access to those fonts now. So if I don't think we can import fonts. Oh, we can font file path. Okay. Well, I still have to. So I'd have to upload the font. So I'm just going to do it with Gutenberg. It's like the one thing Gutenberg does well is it makes it pretty easy to import fonts into your project. So thank you for that, Gutenberg. We just go to editor, styles, typography, fonts. You know, I'm so dumb. I just imported those fonts into my computer system, but I don't need to do that. I need to upload them here into my WordPress website. Oh well. So now I have those fonts available to me, you know, if I'm like making a logo or something. Whatever. There we go. We got the two fonts that we need right now. If we end up needing more of those versions, I will import those later. So I think. What? Bro, did you? Yeah. Okay. Go away. It's already saved. All right. We should be good to go. The font is just called Gotham. So that should be pretty easy. Let's go ahead and pop back into ACSS. We're going to go to typography. Everything is Gotham. So default font family, we're just going to say Gotham sans serif. I think we do that here. Good little default. That's just a default. So like if for some reason Gotham isn't loading, which I don't know why it wouldn't since I just put it in the website, you know, then it'll just default to like a default sans serif. Text, we're going to do the same thing. Gotham sans serif. And I think that's working. We can very quickly, very easily check. Use this little Chrome extension. Click on that. It is not working. Let's see here. Refresh. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe I just have to take out this save. That looks odd. Save. Oh, did I actually? I probably forgot to click save. So I'm an idiot. Hey, look at that. It looks different. Hey, look at that. It's Gotham. I do that with, I'm still learning ACSS, man. I forget to save all the time, dude. I click save down here. I click this, but I forget to click this when I do ACS stuff. So I want to put that back in and see if it still works. Sans serif. See if my problem was just me forgetting to click save. Save. We're learning. Yep, look at that, still working. So font family Gotham, you can see it's bolded because that's actually being used, and then sans serif is just a little backup default thingy. Okay, so we got our font. Now what we need to do, we got to get this image in there. Which, let's see, how do I get it? Is it this one? Yeah. So I do know this about Figma. If you select a thing, scroll down to export, you can export the thing. So I'm going to rename this to just me, James Welbes, because that's what it is. It's a picture of me. Click export. And then I'm going to try the tool that Kevin always uses. He uses this tool, Swoosh. So find the file that I just downloaded. You just drag it in here. I don't know what that's all about over there. Maybe I'll use my original photo because the one I sent him does not look like that. That is, Anywho, download it and see what happens. Actually, let's download it as a WebP. Huh. Is it just me or is the JPEG smaller? Evan did say that that happens sometimes. Oh, well, it is smaller, but it has the background on it, which we can't have. I need it to be transparent background. So yeah, WebP it is. So I think we... Do we just do background image? Yeah, I can see now that I'm looking at it, I can see the crappy outline where he cut out the this is what $300 on Fiverr gets you. The image that I sent him, I believe, has a background on it, and then he very terribly removed the background from it. I'm actually not going to worry about it for this video. I'm going to fix that later. Because fixing it is just a matter of finding the original file that I sent him, and I'll remove the background myself. But we'll use this one for the purposes of this video. Background. Yeah, I think we just do a background because the main reason you would make it an image instead of a background is if you like really wanted to throw an alt text on there. And I'm just not sure that's important. Like if you're blind or partially blind, I don't think it's super important that you know this picture is here. It's not really adding a ton of value. Visually, yeah, it's nice to have stuff on the page to look at, and it's a picture of me, which is what this website's about. But like really, at the end of the day, do we need a screen reader to be like, picture of James Welbes touching the brim of his hat? Like, I don't think we need that. So, I think I'll just make it a background image, which is funny because it's actually easier for me to do like object fit and positioning. I actually don't. I'll probably have to AI Google background positioning to get it where I want it over here on the right side. But let's go ahead and get out of ACSS. We're going to go to the media. We're going to upload this crappy picture. I think that's the one. Is that the WebP? Yep. All right. And we'll copy this, close that. Here we go. Hero section. Let's name it section. We have a, should my name be the heading? Like the H1? Or make this the H1. Because it has my name in it and it says what I do, kind of, whatever creative developer is. I may change that. But the point is, this is literally just my name. But maybe this should actually be the heading because it says my name and look what I do. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Heading first, H1. But we're going to give it the class of text medium. So it looks like regular text. Except it probably shouldn't look like regular text. This would be our regular text, I'm guessing. It's like paragraphs. This is small. This is small. Maybe these are my regular text. And then this is more like H2 size. This looks like the same. Let's get the actual Figma file up here. So this is... Now that I put this in my system, can I find it? No, because this is a web app, so it's looking to probably Google. Installed by you. Use local fonts. Hey. To use local fonts in the browser, download Figma's font installer. All right, we're learning. You guys are here for the ride, learning with me. Windows installer. Completed. Okay. So that's it. Connect. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So now it's not giving me that message about missing fonts anymore. Cool. We just learned something. Also, let's capitalize it. Anywho, so we got, do we have a font size? 64? 250? 64, 64. 32. What does that mean? Book? I think I need to install more of those Gotham fonts, probably. What is this? 64, the same. So, oh, and these are kind of 120. Not as big as this. So this is like an anomaly. Nothing else is that big. It's just like, hey, it's on the hero, so let's make it gigantic. These also, I'm not even sure that these will be headings, to be honest. That's future James to worry about. For now, I think we're going to call this H2. I mean, it's going to be an H1, but we're going to make it look like an H2. Like that. Let's even say right now, I'm James Welbes, a creative developer. That's me, James Welbes, the creative developer. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hi, I'm James Welbes, a creative developer. What if the James Welbes was purple instead of creative developer, you know? Hmm. I don't know how to use Figma. I don't know how to use Figma. How do I make this box bigger? Bruh. It's text. Okay. Huh. I don't know how to make this text box bigger. Alignment. To selected. What does that even mean? It's right here. Just a text. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it for the design. But do I think that looks better? There we go. Do we think that looks better? Oh, now suddenly, bro, like, what did I click on to make these corner boxes show up? So what was this, 64? Some of you are thinking, why didn't you get all this figured out before you started this video? Because I know for a fact that me struggling and being in pain is what keeps a lot of you going, okay? I know this because you tell me. I don't hate this. I don't hate this, but do I want... Do I stop trying to be fancy and just say web developer? It almost seems lame. Like in today's market, you have to be something else. You can't just be a web developer. Because everybody and their brother's a web developer these days. Or people like to put swear words on their website, and that makes them look so cool. Hi, I'm James Welbes. I make cool shit. Look how edgy I am. Putting big swears on my website. Okay. A word hits wizard. You know, who cares about the copy? Let's just get it on there. Get it on there. Let's say that for now. I think I do want to put WordPress in there somehow. Best way to get the lines that I want, I think, is probably just a line break. I know that seems like, I don't know. That always feels hacky to me. But hey, it does what I want it to do. We're also going to wrap this in a span. Oh, it's not doing autocomplete for me. But here's my span, and I'm going to say, is there a variable for this? Is there a variable for primary? Nope. I mean, if there is, that's not it. Oh, well. Here's so this is the heading. Here's our text. This just has my name in it. Okay. Welbes. Well, heading is fine. My name, that's what it is. And then the image will be a background. So that's really it for this section. Later, I'll add those social icons. And I'll probably put them in this section, although they'll be position fixed, so it doesn't really matter where I put it, I don't think. Okay, hero section, that's good enough for me. Ooh, it's not going to bem anything without a name on it, right? Let's see what happens. It gave everything a class. It gave the line breaks a class. Bro, stop. Stop it. Hero section span. Yeah. Color primary. Not primary hover. Primary. Also, I believe this entire website is black, which we are calling base. So I have options. I can put styles here, or I can put them in ACSS. I feel like I'm going to put it here. Body, background, color, base, dark. I don't think we need the dark version. Base should be good enough. All right. We are cooking with gas. Why is this that color though? Oh, because in ACSS, we have, nope, I was right there. Text default color. And we're going to go with white. And for headings, we're going to go with white. Save. Oh, I did it again. Save. There it is. Bada bing, bada boom. I am thinking that Actually, that purple does look, I think I kind of nailed it. I actually used a color picker. Now this font weight, it says normal is the style, but the weight is 700. Do I have the necessary font to just make this font weight of 400, which I believe is what we want? Maybe not. Okay then. Let's go install some more fonts. Editor, styles, typography, upload. What do we need? We need, oh, we did medium, but we probably need regular. And while I'm here, let's grab thin. I don't think we had any italics. Grab light. Can never have too many fonts, man. We already got black. We'll grab bold. Okay, we already did bold as well. Book, whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. Is that a font size? Extra light. All right, we got all sorts of fonts in here that we'll probably never use. Let's throw ultra in there. Why not? You know, why not? Now, does that change anything? Let's say we got heading. We're going to go with font weight 400. See if that does anything. That Gotham style normal. Huh. I'll have to figure that out. It's just a weird font thing. Because it's definitely supposed to be thinner. Is it a thin one? Do I need to go even less than 400? That's too thin. 400 is too thick. Let's get this big fat boy in there and hope that our font there actually works okay. Oh, dot primary does do something. Oh, because I put that on there. Let's get that off of that class and get it on this class. And I don't think we want semi-light. In fact, we don't want that at all. That was just a test earlier. We want the, we're going to be doing the gradient, which we're going to have to Google how to do that. Let's get some big old fat text on there. I think it was like 100 and what the heck was it? 100 and 250? Bruh. See what happens. Let's just see what happens. Pixels. Okay, so the Figma file says 250, but oh, it's also supposed to be on 2 lines. Oh, it is on 2 lines. Let's also go ahead and make sure that it is still think that's too big. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it just needs to be positioned correctly, but I believe that is the right size. We're going to try line height of 0 and Are they basically just touching? What are they doing? The bottom one is overlapping a little bit. So let's go. And we probably want actually an EM value for this, right? What are we thinking here? That looks pretty dang close. Now, what all is going on? Okay. We're going to have to separate this out. I think, maybe. Maybe not. Let's see if we can get it positioned. All right, so we got... Let's see. We don't get any fancy responsive clampy stuff when we just give it a pixel value. How do we do this? What's the best way to do this? Such a gigantic... Do we just want to make this an image? That feels like cheating. But it would be easier. Okay, so we have font size overrides. Let's get rid of that. I might just, I don't know. I might just make my own clamp function instead of trying to like mess with this, because, you know, the ACSS headings tend to follow some math. So like your H1 is a certain, you know, percentage of your base size or whatever. And so I'm trying to create this gigantic heading here. And I want it to be responsive. So I'm just going to use AI to come up with my own little clamp function. And let's see, on mobile, we want it to be probably no bigger than that, right? I mean, that's plenty big. Let's make it a nice round number. 85 sounds good. Let's see what the AI gives us for that. Okay. And then we need to do, let's see, what did we do? Oh. Line height was 0.65. And what else do we do to it? Oh yeah, we also need to do, before I forget, text form uppercase. Save that. But that is still not big enough. Why is that clamp function? What is overriding this clamp function? That got even smaller. What the heck? I think the plus 1.5 rem is the part that's supposed to make it more fluidy. But what if we just Try not to get too fancy. Does that seem close? That's still not big enough. Jeez Louise. It's annoying that this isn't like 250 pixels is the correct size. So why is my clamp function not working? Hey. All right. And does it scale nicely? Hey. I think we found it. I like it. We got uppercase. We got our line height figured out, and that scales well. I don't know. What? Windows, stop sucking, dude. Seriously. The line height is not being messed up. Cool. I like it. Now we just got to put it where we want it. Do we cheat? Do we cheat and just position absolute this bad boy right to the bottom? How would that screw this up, though, if we do that? I just heard a crazy thunderclap, and I'm not going to lie, it kind of frightened me. No. Top 100%. Right? Left 0. Oh, no. I think I want to actually make the section relative. Does this section not have a class on it? Yeah. If I understand anything, I probably don't. This should make our paragraph here position itself relative to the section instead of the container. And I just need to make this particular section full height. And then, so what that's, okay, so I think maybe instead of top 100%, do I need bottom 0? Yeah, bottom 0. I'm not sure why it's going a little bit down off the screen. That stuff always seems to happen. Must be the padding. Just out of curiosity, if I take out all the padding, the section, that doesn't seem to help. Oh, it's the dumb WordPress thing. Yeah, look at that. It's the WordPress admin bar that's doing it. Okay, so I think we're actually good. This text, gosh, I don't want to position absolute everything. What am I, Wix? What if I don't position absolute that? And what if I take it out of the container? And then let's refresh. What if this is simple as just doing flex? It's already flex. It's already column. So what if this guy, what do I say? Justify self flex end? No. Justify self flex end. Align items flex end, or align self flex end. Either one of those appears to be doing anything. Margin top 100%. There's a lot of things that don't make any sense to me. Like I gave this a margin top of 100%. What does that mean though? 100% of what? You know? Like it's not 100% of itself. Otherwise it would have just gone down like that much. It's not 100% of like the available space that it's in because it moved down way too much for that. Unless it's 100%. Ooh. Okay. That thunder keeps scaring me and I don't like it at all. Not one bit. Not one bit. There's got to be a good flex solution to this. We're going to figure this out. I don't want to use position absolute. I can't really do that. Let's do this. I love how when I changed it from that to this, Windows was like, oh, clearly you want to make it a little tiny square and move it way over to the other screen. Yeah. Windows, you nailed it. That's exactly what I wanted to do when I clicked that button. There, we got this. We're not doing anything right now with positioning or anything like that. So theoretically, we go to this container, say something like justify content space or between. I mean, shouldn't it be like, am I crazy here? Why is justifying it not doing anything? You know what I mean? Like what's going on? We're not overriding it with any justify self or anything like that. Is it some like ACSS smart spacing or something? First things first, I think what I want to do is say height 100 viewport height. No, not on that. On the section. Dummy. And for now, just so I can, well, no. Maybe that's my problem actually. So we got the section is full height. This container, if we go okay, now we have room to do stuff. Maybe this is my problem. Justify content center. Okay. And then can we, where'd my stuff go? Let's grab this. Justify self. Flex end. Nope. Let's get rid of this extra padding. Is there like a... Is there a reason that justify self end doesn't do what I would like it to do? Is it just being overridden by the fact that it's justify center on the parent? Justify self, flex end is nothing. Huh. What about? Okay. And that fixes that, but it breaks that. I just put a margin top of auto on it just to see what would happen. Ooh, I put margin top auto on both of them. I kind of get what I'm looking for here. So we just display flex, which already is display flex. And then we just say, what did I say? Center. We did a justify content center. We had to remove padding and stuff. All right, let's try it. Let's do this. All right, so we said padding block on this. Maybe we just straight up say 0. And then we had to make the container a height up 100%. I wonder if there's like probably a better way to do this. I know there's content grid for choosing stuff, how stuff looks horizontally. There's probably a better way to mess with stuff vertically, but who cares? I think I found a solution. Justify content center, and then H1P. We're going to say margin block start of auto. Okay. At some point, I might have to do a media query, because on mobile, I think what we're going to want is to not have this margin block start. And then maybe we have my picture up here. I am James Welbes. Maybe we just get rid of this on mobile. Kind of looks neat on desktop. We also need to get this down where it belongs. Over here, which that might be a job for content grid. Let's see how much everything breaks. Do I need to put content grid on the section? Look at that. So content grid just gave us these areas to work with. So this needs to come over here. This is basically what they call full safe, which is just full, but then you have to add padding. Because when you put content grid, I believe it removes the padding. So what I think I can do is I think I can come to here and say grid column. Just say full for now. Yeah, that didn't work. And I wonder if it's because, is it full? Am I getting it? Yeah, I'm not. I wonder if it's because content grid is on this hero. And so I have to, maybe it only works on direct children. So what if I do it on container instead? What's funny is I just did a video on this grid column. So the problem is I'm using Flex to try to space these things out vertically. Content grid only works on direct children, so the container. So when I added grid column full to the container, now it's putting everything over here, even though I just want that. And if I try to make the container content grid so I can control these items, it breaks the vertical. So like, let's take content grid off of here, put it on here. Save. That's kind of exactly what I want. Not exactly, but close. But why? Let's investigate. I do have grid column full on that. Is that doing anything? Now it is doing anything? I swear to you, this was not working earlier. When I put, oh, that's probably why. Because I had briefly had content grid on both, but I never. That still doesn't seem to be breaking. Oh, it does seem to be breaking a little bit. Okay. So with content grid on here, now what we can do is we can say, oh, we want this to be over more, right? We want it to be over here more. Okay. Well, let's see what our grid looks like. Let's bring it over here, which is feature max. So let's click on this. It's the H1. And we're just going to say grid column feature max. Look at that. And it moved over to feature max. Don't want it to go that far over. Feature. Pretty crazy, right? And we'll leave this one at full. Or is it full? And we should be good to go. So H1, I don't know why that took me so long to figure out. I think it was because I had content grid on the section and the container. I didn't think that would matter. But when I just put it on the container, it seems to be working now. So grid column feature max. Let's get rid of this grid. And then I'll figure out at some point a media query for how I want this to look on mobile. Kind of thinking about just making this disappear, maybe making this bigger, and just having my picture and this text. Ugh. Pixel 7, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Could have paid more money, and maybe I should have, to get a mobile design, but I'm cheap. All right, let's figure out the background, eh? Let's figure out a background. So, just trying to get as much real estate here as I can right now. Yeah. So the section is going all the way to the edge of the screen. Yeah. So that's good. We can give the section the background image, URL, background image, URL, something. That something is this guy. All right. Back to the AI robot. I cannot type. It's a thing you can't see what I'm typing. In the meantime, we're going to go with background repeat, no repeat. And I think we want background size cover. I don't want it. I think we do contained. And then background position. We just do bottom right. But that's This image is larger than I thought it was. Oh. I mean, we're getting close, y'all. We're getting close. It's not exact. Positioning of the words is pretty close. I need to get the font figured out. For some reason, I can't seem to get a font that's thinner than that, but not too thin. We already messed with the font weights, right? Font weight 400. See, we can go thicker, kind of. We go to 300 though, and it just gets real thin, which is weird because we uploaded so many different versions of this. I would expect more bold. Book? I don't even know what that is. That was a font size though. That was a font variation. Whatever. But this is actually close. Now we got some like glowy thingies that live on top. Those are going to be position absolute. I don't care what anybody says. I'm cheating. I don't even think that's cheating. Like, how else would you do it? But do I do probably just do a pseudo element, right? Feel like pseudo element. Oh, I have the image already. I've saved it to my computer. Let's upload it. I think I called it, what did I call it? Corner glow. Let's put it in the section. I'm not doing immediate. I'm not doing a pseudo element. Let's do pseudo element. Get some of my CSS screen real estate back. Ampersand. Is it just one colon before content? I don't just do that. Is it do I do like I do a background image? Yeah. All right. All right. Hey. A mad genius. Yeah, boy. And then we have this, which is like a fuller circle. Let's upload that bad boy. It's this guy. It's called it glow. I'm gonna rename it because it's on the left side of the screen. So call it glow left. Copy. And since I think this is it, yeah, we will, and it looks like it's on top of everything again, so easy peasy. So we will just do a before, or an after, sorry. We already did it before. Bottom 0, bro. Oh, homie. Does that look like bottom 0 to you? How is that any different from top 0? Oops. Am I having a Alzheimer's moment here? Also, I did not download the right image because it has that. Oh yeah, there's also, I did. Shoot. I wish you could have more than just 2 pseudo elements. Might have to put this one on the next section. Because I had that grid thing right here. Here? Yeah. So I got the grid there. It's hard to tell if it's on top. Let's make this font like red for a second. Okay, the grid is on top. And the grid is where I want it, I think. Maybe it needs to be, it needs to be higher up. I don't understand. Did I forget how position absolute works? This is top 0 and it's at the top. This one is, now it's working. Bottom 0 is working now. No, I am not crazy. That was not working before, I swear. I swear. All right. Anyways, we need to move it up. It's too far down. So instead of bottom 0, we're just going to bring it up a little bit. I think it was kind of touching, sort of fading into the text there. And then kind of ending right around there. Is this the right image? We got 1, 2, we got 4 full boxes and then a little bit of fade up there. Oh yeah, these two things are closer to each other in the real one. I want to see this in an incognito window without the stupid admin bar in it. Yeah, there's still some extra space down there. So the section is 100 viewport height. The container is just height 100%, but we're getting this like overflow for some reason. If we bring it down to 93%, we lose the overflow. But why is there overflow? We took the padding out, right? The padding block. Yeah. Padding block. This doesn't have any padding, right? 0. What's this trying to tell me? This is trying to tell me that grid column's not doing anything. Oh yeah, we need to take grid column off the column anyways, or the container anyways. Huh. Well, honestly, I'm okay with just doing that. And then we can bring this up. How far up do we want to bring it? Section after bottom. that's as far as we bring that. 120 pixels. I think off camera, I'm going to come up with my mobile view for this, and then on camera, we'll mobilify it. But I think we're getting fairly close here for desktop. What was this color down here? I think we put that in our ACS, didn't we? I think we're using, is it this neutral? Oh, what? Pound sign 565656. All right, I think we have to do clip path or background clip. Okay. Yep, we're just going to copy this from the AI bot, and we're going to try it. We're going to try it on the paragraph. Ooh. Yeah, see, this is what I meant earlier when I said we might have to split this up, because it's only doing the gradient from the top. We need it to go from the top to the bottom of each word, but it's doing it for the whole paragraph. So I think what we need to do is we need to go span and then but then because of that, we need to, can I just say display block? But then it breaks it out of, come on. Come on, man. Maybe they should be paragraphs then instead of spans, because if they're paragraphs, they'll naturally go to the next line. But that makes them block in it. Then I get the same issue. That's weird. Why is it doing that? What? Okay. Can't do that for all sorts of reasons. All right. Well, let's do the hacky line break. But that's still gonna, no. Why? Why is that breaking my content grid? This paragraph is still grid column full. What? Why is it doing that? Don't know why it's doing that. What if I wrap it in a div? that doesn't make sense. You know? Just doesn't. Create column full. Like why is everything just breaking? The container is still content grid. Why is this not going all the way to the edge now all of a sudden? Just because... No. Where did... Yeah, it doesn't... Nope. That doesn't make sense. How is that expected behavior? You can have a regular old paragraph and everything will work just fine. Turn it into a div and suddenly... Nope. Make that make sense. Somehow that works. Wrap it in a span. Doesn't work. Like why? You know? Why? Does this work if I just put one word in a span? That works? Ugh, man. It's supposed to be like magic and make my life so much easier. Not making any sense. So now what I need to do is that didn't work. Yeah. All right. Here we go. We got this. We got this. First of all, I think what we can do now is just say span. And then we also want to say white space, no wrap. Yes. And we don't even need this anymore. Here we go. And now it's doing the effect on both the top word and the bottom word, which is what we want. And I think we'll put this glowy thing on the next section. Let's see. Coming this looks like the background size wasn't even having an effect anyways. Invalid background size. Oh. Ain't dummy. Yeah, I don't know if I actually do just like actual sizes. This is why I said I prefer doing object fit. Okay. I think the position could be, yeah. So on theirs, you can see the position is not at the bottom of the screen, which I don't like. I don't like the way it cuts off there. I prefer it to be on the bottom, at least, for this section. So when you land on the hero page, it looks better, I think. And if when you scroll, you'll see that line. You'll see this line right here when you start scrolling. That's fine. At least when you land on the page, I like this better. Do I want to try to move it over to the right though? Background position, bottom right. Yeah, I can use position percentages and right. Okay. I'm learning all sorts of stuff today, man. So we can do background position bottom 0 pixels. We want to keep that, but then right negative 100 pixels. Is that the right? Yeah, that moves it over, which is what I want. Yeah. See, that's the thing about CSS is you can know that something is possible and just not quite remember how to actually do it. And that's where Google/AI comes in. I knew that I could get more controls over the background position, just didn't know how. Okay. Do I want to make it bigger, cover more of the space, or when I have my menu here, will this be good enough? And this also sort of almost lines up with my text right now. Yeah. You know, I think actually for this video, I'm going to call this good. And I think the next video might actually be the header. I have a feeling, knowing myself, that's going to take some time. But this was fun. We got to use content grid. We got to see it break for reasons that I won't understand. But we went ahead and unbroked it. So you got to see this is using feature width. This is using full width with some padding. So I think they technically call that full safe. I don't even know, actually, to be honest, since I didn't add any. Oh, there's padding in the section. So when you add content grid to the section, it removes that padding by default. So if you want it, you have to add it back in. But since I put content grid on the container, because I wanted to control these things, then that padding still exists on the section. So it kind of worked out because that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to touch the edge. And I'll need to try to figure this font thing out. But, and then I'll replace this image with the gross, terrible background removal. I'll replace that off camera with a better version of this image, but we got this glowy grid thing up here. We got this grid down here. And I'll come up with a mobile, probably not, I don't know. Maybe the next video will be the header, and I'll have a mobile version of this mocked up so I can mobilify it. And I think that'll be a good video for the next one, header and mobilify. And then we can move on to some of this stuff. All right. How long was this? 2 hours? Oh, it shouldn't take this long. It would have taken Kevin 10 minutes probably to do this. But I had to learn some stuff, man. I was combining flex and grid. And to be honest, this design is kind of weird. It's not really, I don't know, not like falling within, certain normal design principles, I don't think. And so just made it a little bit weird for me to figure this out. But I feel like we got there, and I feel like it was done mostly properly. Yeah. Do I have any cards or anything fun to do in this thing? User cards. All right. This will be another fun content grid because it's content start and then full. Easy peasy. And we got some cards. Here's some more cards, which look to be similar, but different. I'll probably just make them the same. You notice we have this amount of padding up here. We have sort of this concentric radius. And then we do it again, but there's less padding, like for some reason. I don't know. Otherwise, it's like image, heading text, image, heading text. So these cards are pretty similar. Component's coming. This seems to be some kind of tabbed interface they were going for. I don't think I'm going to include that. I get where he's going with it, but because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how crazy I want to get with this. What else is coming? Oh, we'll do buttons. We get to do the button framework in ACSS. I might even add. Should there be some sort of call to action? I mean, there's a call to action in the menu. Contact and hire me. Yeah, I'll need to figure that out. But I may sneak a button up here somewhere. Maybe that could be one of these things. When you hover over these, maybe you hover over this and it says Twitter because Elon's dumb and shouldn't have renamed it X. And this says GitHub. And then maybe there'll be one that says contact me or hire me, whatever, work with me. That could be fun. And we'll make that one purple. Or maybe that accent color. I lost my Figma. Maybe we could make it this greenish color. I don't know what that'll look like on here. What does it look like? Can we change the color of this thing? Apparently not to one of our variable color. Oh, there we go. Green. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. I kind of like that green. Maybe we'll use that for some call to action somewhere on here. Like this, work with me could be that green instead. I don't know. We'll see. We got to put it in there, man. Maybe just these icons will all be green. That could be fun. Just a little accent color over here, a little green. So it's not all just purple. Purple, 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 purple. Yeah. All right. Got a little bit of brainstorming to do, but I think next video is going to be, we're going to make this header and we're going to make this mobile friendly. So that'll be fun. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you managed to learn something. I know I sure did. And hope you enjoyed this. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.